Well, welcome to Master Memories, the podcast where my friends and I talk about our lives. Today I'm here with Adam Haig, aka Glub, aka Edom, aka Mr. Big Ball himself, aka The Testicle. Am I missing any other nicknames throughout your life?
I don't know. AC, Mr. Swag.
Mr. Swag?
Yeah, I just made it up.
Okay, I know you did. No one's ever called you Mr. Swag in your life. What is your first memory of us, Mr. Swag?
The first memory. I don't think I have a clear memory in which we're the only two people in it. I remember walking on the oval with you and a few other people. The other people I remember being there are Hudson and Jeff. I want to say there were more people there too. I don't know where we were going. I'm assuming it was somewhere for launch week for Mount, but
Probably, yeah.
But I don't. It's not like I can think of my first conversation with you, or even meeting you for the first time. I'm sure it was through Evan, because I think Evan was probably the first person I met there, aside from Hudson.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny because I have the exact same thing. Like a lot of people, I feel like in college, I okay, I remember this conversation. I remember doing this with you, but you just appeared. It wasn't like a hey, I'm mad at him. You just that's the mysterious boy next door complex.
Mm-hmm.
I swear.
Handsome boy next door.
Shout out. Also, I forgot to mention at the top of this. Today is Sunday, April 17th, 2022. For any interested viewers. So, what were you doing before we started filming this?
I just got back from Cleveland. Just unpacked everything. Was home for Easter. Drove back yesterday. Hung out today. Drove my sister to the airport. Took a nap. Did some work. Ate lunch. Ate dinner. Watched basketball with my family, and then came back. And we look forward to this. So happy I got back in time to do it.
Yeah. This is a really good Sunday, actually, between Easter, the playoffs. Does that usually line up together?
Easter in the playoffs?
Yeah.
So it's around the same time. I guess. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to say for certain, but I'm sure there are normally basketball games on Easter. Easter's always Sunday.
I'm also surprised that Alex flies back. I figured New York's kind of close.
Yeah, they drive a lot, but especially when they're moving her in and out, obviously.
She moved out?
2 years. No, she doesn't move out until May 13th, I think. She's a little bit later than us, but she flew back in for her spring break, and then got to hang out with her yesterday before she left this morning. So it was nice to see her.
Can't believe she's going to be a junior.
Yeah,
that's absurd.
Yeah, either. Yeah. Well, I guess when we met, she was still a junior in high school.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's the same idea of, Zach Baldwin. When we first met him, he was a sophomore or freshman in high school, and now he's in college. When we met him when we were freshmen, it's oh, this kid's so young, and now he's where we were. That's just...
Yeah. Yeah, that comes full circle.
Time's not a real thing,
cool.
I swear.
That's debatable.
I don't know why it feels like the people you don't interact with as much, time moves, breakneck pace for them. Whereas, in real life, or, your lives and the people you interact with, it's, both begrudgingly slow, but also, blink and you miss it kind of stuff, you know? My next door neighbors, they had twins when I was 4, and now they're driving. Yeah. Yeah, that's just not real to me, you know? I feel like Alex is kind of a similar thing for me.
Yeah, it's Cody's little brother Jackson is too, for me.
Is Jackson college-ish?
Jackson's 16, I think. Also kind of just starting to drive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like a little brother. And, you don't see him every day, so.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're saying, time flies. So.
I don't know.
It's pretty cool, though, actually.
Yeah, no, it's a great time. What does your typical day or week look like? I know we're in college, so it's not a very structured thing, but...
Typical day or week. How do you want me to answer this? I mean, I could go through...
Do it how you want. It's all for you.
My days and weeks are pretty consistent. I have a lot of weekly meetings and obviously class, and I feel like the nights where I'm able to be social are normally the same. Mondays are often one of my busiest days, which I kind of like. I kind of like starting my week like that. The cool thing about it is I don't start till 12:45. It just gets from 12:45 basically until 10. It's
just jam packed.
Yeah, but I normally have from the time that I wake up until that 12:45 meeting to kind of get settled, get organized, get everything ready, get some work done, and even sleep in if I want. Tuesdays and Thursdays are not bad. Tuesday nights are normally a social night for me, whether that's with Sophia or a lot of times we like to go to Brothers or go out and do different stuff. So sometimes, given my responsibilities for the week, I'm unable to do that. But I like being able to do that. Thursdays the same way are a lot of times social nights for me, except on extra busy weeks. Wednesdays are normally busy when I have to go in for research. However, that hasn't been like that for the last few weeks. I've been able to work from home, which is nice.
Sneaky boy.
Yeah.
Getting out of it.
I know. Fridays are always light. I have one class on Friday that I have not been to in a long time. And then Saturdays and Saturdays are my most free day. I rarely do work on Saturdays. And Sundays are I normally set them aside to do work. That often doesn't happen, and it's often a recovery day from Saturday and kind of a chill, a little bit more socially introverted day, a little bit more isolation day, which I kind of prefer, especially after a busy couple days. That's kind of it, and it changes too because I haven't been to class in a while, so a lot of time during the week frees up, and like I said, without having to go into research, that time frees up too. And so I've been able to do more things like getting lunch with you all or with other people, and kind of making that a part of my week, a part of my day, and that definitely has an impact on my well-being, social and emotional well-being. So I'm happy that I've been able to do that. I feel like I've been able to find a decent balance this year between everything. So.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I know, between all the Mount meetings, all the research, all the extracurriculars, you are a busy boy,
I like it that way though.
Sometimes, or especially like Mondays, between not going to chapter and then going to yoga, and then, you're always just jam-packed. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad to hear that you're finally skipping classes. Did you skip a lot of classes like before senior year?
No. I was really good about getting to everything, but I had the realization that I can get the grades that I want to without being there. I've thought about this. I've thought about if a professor looked at me and said, "Well, why aren't you here?"
Yeah.
And that kind of makes me think about, well, what's the purpose of going to class?
Yeah.
And what I've kind of decided is that there are two purposes, and one is to get good grades, and two is to learn. One, I've realized, kind of like I mentioned, is that I don't have to be physically in class to get A's. And my grades this year show that. So that purpose is taken care of. Second purpose is to learn. And what that comes down to is I have the decision of whether I would go there and learn, whether the classes that I'm taking, the subject material that we're covering, what we're learning, whether that matters, or whether it matters more to me to be at lunch with you all, be at the library working on my thesis. Before I got into grad school, that was kind of the most important thing on my to-do list every week, was to interview prep or, send emails to professors or do research on schools. And there's so many different things that I could be using that hour that day or a couple hours that day, and that adds up to hours every week.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we get that decision. We get the decision of is it more important for me to go to class and learn about positive psychology or ethics or whatever classes that I was interested in that I chose to take.
Yeah.
What's more important that day? What's more important that week? What's more important this semester, our last semester?
Yeah.
Is it more important to become educated on those topics or to hit deadlines for my job or even get homework done for other classes? It's time that I'm not spending in class. It's time that I can spend doing work.
Yeah.
And this semester I kind of just hit the point where I've decided that other things are more important than learning that material.
Yeah. I think that, college, it's as great as the freeform schedule is that we have for the 4 years of our entire lives until retirement. I feel like there is a lesson learned in having to balance, work, social life, all these things, because, in college we have so much of these gaps in free time, and, responsibilities, but, in the real world, you have 9 to 5, and they have to manage that much smaller time. So, I think you're on a lot better path than me, at the very least, learning how to manage that availability.
Maybe, I don't know. I think there's everyone has a different way of going about it. Everyone has a different preference. Learning that material might be more important to you than other things, and then there's the whole you're paying for it.
Yeah.
But I think you're paying for more than the material. I think you pay for the experience. I think you pay for this undergraduate experience being a stepping stone to what you want to do post-graduation. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I am taking advantage of that, and I've achieved the goals that I wanted to in terms of putting myself in a position to be successful post-grad. So
yeah.
I'm happy with how I'm at with that. And I think you've done a good job with that too.
Yeah. You flatter me too much. Look, St. Louis is going to be happy to have the next best Billiken. Look, their basketball team needs him, let me tell you. His jump shot ain't nice, but...
jump shot is very nice.
I don't know about that. I've seen many ankles that have walked off completely fine.
Okay. All right, well, I'll fix that for you.
All right. Please do. Where do you lean politically and why? How do you view your religion?
My religion is part of my identity.
Mm-hmm.
My religion is talking about this on Easter too. My religion is part of my weekly routine. Mm-hmm. My religion is family tied. My religion is comforting. But my religion's not perfect.
Mm.
But it's what I want, and I think it's what I need. And it might not be that way forever. But we take this one day at a time.
Yeah. I think everyone's got a very unique relationship with their religion, whether it be having a relationship at all, or how strong they believe it, how strong they exercise it every day. I think that's to your point. What would you say is not perfect in your eyes?
I worry about conversations of diversity, equity, and inclusion. I worry about, for perspective of this, I am Catholic, and I worry about LGBTQ exclusion. I understand it's deeply rooted in a lot of church tradition, but I have expectations. I hope that the church will continue to become more progressive.
I think with time it does, and I think it's hard to, or to your point, it's not perfect, but you affiliate yourself with different parts of that religion that reflect your views. In the same way that, any religion, there's going to be people that wish to exclude, whether it be people in Judaism still believe that women should be rabbis, or women should have to wear hijab everywhere, or not even women, just But I think it's really about how you conduct or choose to connect with your religion and the parts of it that are really that matters. What is your relationship like with your family?
I'm proud of my relationship with my family. They are some of my closest friends. My go-tos, my role models, all of that. And I have a different relationship with every member of my family. My dad is one of my best friends. When I say best friend and role model, he's one of the people that I think of. My mom is very much like me. We think the same. Conversations are easy. She's often the person that I talk to when I need someone to talk to, just in any situation that requires something like that. And my sister I don't talk to as much, but she's so cool. She's so
pretty cool.
Someone that I wish I lived closer to. I envy people that live in the same city or go to the same school as their sibling. I don't get to do that, but I love seeing her and catching up with her, and we have different interests. But I think kind of similar personalities. And so it's hard sometimes to talk about just, I can't talk to her about sports.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to talk to her about dance and thrift shopping. But we connect on more important things that matter. So
yeah.
3 relationships that I specifically talking about my immediate family. I could go on about my grandparents too, and cousins and all of that, aunts and uncles. But in my immediate family, 3 relationships that I value, and actually I have a to-do list of my notes, and one of the top points, I think it's actually the top one, is it's like FOE, and it's just family over everything. It's just a reminder to call home or text my sister, and it's not something I need to act on every day, but call my grandparents. And I've actually expanded that to family and friends over everything. So it just serves as it doesn't work as much. I guess FOE kind of cool, it's kind of hip, but it's not the same. And I actually ended up expanding that to family, friends, and Sophia over everything, because she almost doesn't fit in either of those categories. But
so
so also it doesn't work nearly as well. But it all started with FOE, and that's something that I try to live by.
I like that. I really like that acronym too, the family /friend /Sophia over everything. I don't know why, but you, after saying that, you really strike me as the guy that really got touched by the ERO thing in high school.
What's the ERO thing?
Did I do that in Cleveland? It's like all around Columbus. It was like environment plus response equals outcome. And it was like a big thing for like every single like sports team, every single like, not even just sports, like it was just everywhere. I remember there was a bunch of coaches that like really, really hit on that. Like it's all about how you react, and like, and that's how your outcomes will really be, instead of just, it's a combination of both how you react and what is actually happening.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't mention the 2 best people in your family, Giorgio and Juju.
Right, and Juju. They are. I'm so allergic to
You're allergic to them? Since when?
They're supposed to be hypoallergenic, but every time I go home, my allergies get worse. My allergies were already bad this week because of the weather and everything, and I went home and cutest things ever. I love them. They make me happy.
You love them even if it hurts.
Yeah.
Because they are big fluff balls.
You know, I just follow my mom around. They like playing with me. I think I'm just there. I run around outlet.
Your dogs.
Yeah, they're the best.
Dude, I'll never forget when we were at your house for New Year's sophomore year. There, like Georgie was a pup at the time, right?
Yeah.
And you know, your parents, friends were all over. We were all over, and like we were all like talking to each other, right, and like socializing. And you know, Georgie was just walking around, and no one was paying attention, so he just lay in the middle of the kitchen, just like kind of on his side, like asking for a belly rub. Like, kid knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. So they're the best.
How old are they right now, actually?
They are 4 and 2.
Damn.
Jordy will be 5 in August. Juju will be 3 in September.
You guys got Jordy senior year of high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because you got the prom picture with Ashley, right?
Yeah, homecoming pictures.
Homecoming pictures, I think it was one
It was right around homecoming. We got him like 8 weeks after he was born. End of October, right around homecoming. Yeah, it was fun. He's adorable. He's grown up a lot, but he's still the same.
Right before your eyes.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your most unique talent? Big testicle does not count as a talent.
I would agree with that. I don't think I worked for that, or I don't think that requires any type of.
I don't know. You gotta be special to have it.
And some talents don't require practice or skill, but I think my best talents, my most unique talents, the ones that I enjoy the most are all people related. I think I do have a unique ability to connect with people. I think I have a better ability to console people and diffuse situations. I think I'm calm. I think that's one of the words that I would use to describe myself, and I think that allows me to be there for people and to help people see a different perspective or help people calm down themselves. And that all ties back into, that connection that you establish with someone. But I think I have a unique talent for establishing that connection when that person is distressed. And that's part of the reason I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. So
You are a psychologist by nature, from what you described. I will say your ability to connect with people. Like I walk down any street with you, and you know half the people passing by. It's absurd. Between that and then, I don't know. I know we've talked about this many times before, but you have this weird ability where you almost never say the wrong thing. Like whatever you say is like almost like the correct thing to say objectively, which is, I don't know how you do it. It's like it's magical. And I really admire that about you.
Thank you. It's easy when you know people. It's easy when you know what I guess you don't know what they want, what they need, but you can kind of figure it out. And you can try. Sometimes it doesn't work, but you have more than one shot too. So
yeah, more than one shot.
Do not miss your chance to blow.
Yeah. It's like more of the 4 shots you had with Ashley.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of opportunities.
Yeah. Who's the last person you fell in love with?
I would say I'm in love right now. With my girlfriend, Sophia Gabriella.
That's her middle name's Gabriella. Oh, I'm gonna clap her. Oh my goodness, I never
I
knew
think it's a
this.
good middle name, dude.
It's my sister's first name, so.
Gabby.
Yeah.
Sophia's just not a Gabby, though. She's a
Yeah,
Gabriella.
she's more of like a. She's not a Michaela.
She's a Gabriella, I said.
Yeah, that makes a lot more
It's all
sense.
Italian. All their middle names.
What's with you in Italians? Cody, Sophia, Joko.
You didn't have to lead with Cody and with Joko.
Just saying, I swear to God, I'm gonna like talk to you after you're at St. Louis, and you're just gonna have an Italian flag and be like, where's the gabagoo?
I'm Italian, dude.
Yeah, you're very Italian. You eat nothing but pasta. It's the only thing you can cook.
That is not true.
No, I know. I've taught you well.
You can take as much credit as you want.
Still got some work to do with you. I want to make sure that you're well prepared when you're in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Because fucking's easy. I'm telling you. Like,
It's fun.
It's fun, and it's literally just following in sets of instructions.
Yeah.
It's also kind of relaxing, to turn your brain off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, the only problem is the time for it,
Yes.
Yeah.
This goes back to, I feel like, the theme of our conversation so far.
Yeah. Time keeps on slipping into the future. What were you doing when you first got the news of COVID?
I was at my grandparents' house after eating dinner and just watching TV. We were actually about to watch the Jazz Thunder game. I want to say it's Jazz Thunder. I want to say that was when Chris Paul was still in Oklahoma City.
Oh yeah. Because in the bubble he played in Houston.
Yes. Yeah, played against Houston and lost.
Yeah.
In game 7.
Yeah. Which is still a crazy series.
I know. The fact that they were that good.
I keep forgetting Chris Paul was in the Thunder.
Yeah. Just for a year.
Yeah.
4 seed? 5 seed?
Yeah. 4 seed. Or 4 or 5 seed, yeah. Still raw. Isn't
Look how bad they are now.
Yeah, I mean,
They've also lost more people since.
Yeah, they had Kemba Walker, R.I.P.
Yeah.
No longer there.
Al Horford.
It's crazy. Chris Paul's playing right now.
I know, and I'm doing this.
Yeah. It's game
That's how
1.
I take care of it,
If it was
yeah.
game 7, whole different story. Completely get it. But game 1, shmame 1. The Raptors just lost game 1. I think we're 5 and 17 on game 1.
I thought that was a game that you couldn't watch, so it doesn't count, or something like that.
Exactly. Because I didn't watch it, it does not count, even though Embiid stepped on Scotty's ankle. He dislocated Thad Young's thumb. He also hit or elbowed OG in the face, making him lose a tooth, which wasn't even called for flagrant.
Did all that happen yesterday?
Yep. And Gary Trent Jr. is sick now. With non-COVID.
He's sick.
Yeah.
Is Scotty Barnes okay?
X-ray didn't reveal anything. MRI. I mean, he's out for at least a game, probably 2. And we don't have great depth on our bench. We have 5 guys that can score 15 plus a game, which is good. But when you have 2 of our starters out, we're dead meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm worried about tomorrow. I'm worried about the series because I think that all those injuries that quick. Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I need to make adjustments. Nick Nurse is good at that, though.
Yeah, I mean that's the homie. The playoff defense. You're not getting better than Nick Nurse.
But it's at my grandparents' house when Gobert got sick.
that clip of him touching all the mics is aged so poorly.
I know, so bad. But that's where I was that time. I was at Chipotle with Evan when we learned that we weren't going back to Ohio State.
For 3 weeks or for the semester?
The rest of the semester. The 3-week came, I was at home, I believe. But yeah, we made that decision then to drive to Columbus and then picked up Sophia. She got back from spring break, hung out with you for a little bit, went back to our room, cleaned everything up, if you remember that.
It was heartbreaking, I swear.
There's a picture of the 3 of us Sophia took in our room. I think it was like the last picture we took in our room.
I'll never forgive COVID for not letting us have the last 2 months of Bowen. It was a great, the 4 beds in one room, just beautiful. Nothing like it.
Yeah, wouldn't do it again.
Yeah. Oh, I love having my own room, having my own bed and not having to, listen to you and Sophia talk all night about fluffy stuff. But at the same time, there's nothing like when it was me, you, Hudson, Evan, Sophia, and McKenna all in the same room, all in bed, just talking at like 3 a.m. It was the most entertaining thing.
Yeah, it was.
Especially Sophia reminded me that, like, I'd poke my head out, like, when I was in the top bunk. Fun time. What would you say is your biggest regret?
Actually, my biggest regret might have been a long time ago. I don't know what got into me, but I told on this one kid. I was in grade school. I told on this one kid, and I must have been in like 4th or 5th grade, and it was the worst decision I've ever made. I don't know why I did it. I didn't need to do it at all. I ended up apologizing to him actually a couple years later in 8th grade at a retreat, and for whatever I had the opportunity to do it, and it eased my mind a little bit, eased my heart a little bit.
Deep-seated trauma. What did? If you don't mind me asking, what happened? Just he took it too far?
I don't. It just didn't involve me, and maybe I thought I was doing the right thing or something.
Mm.
It just never snitched on anybody since.
So it just gets stitching, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, internally, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah.
And then I have not bigger regrets, but I have things that, I've done since that I regret. Obviously I could have gone about the whole situation with Ashley better.
Mm-hmm.
But that, I also look at that and I say it's hard,
Yeah.
It comes with time and experience and maturity, and if I was being true to my emotions,
Yeah.
I just could have mastered my emotions a little bit more, I think, and been a little bit more respectful of hers.
Well, I think it's the whole ERO thing, It's, obviously your response may not have been the best, but the environment of being at Bulls, for example, and I don't really know what led up to it, but, yeah.
I struggled academically here first semester, but
Yeah. Neuroscience.
Yeah, I just, I didn't take it seriously enough.
Yeah.
But also, I say I regret that, but that's part of the reason that I am studying what I'm studying now. It's part of the reason that I'm in the position that I'm in now. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of life is kind of learning from your mistakes and, adapting, but also acknowledging the fact that all the good things, all the bad things are the things that made you you. And sometimes, a little bit of struggle makes all the difference.
For sure. Yeah. So I think it's just all part of the journey. So I don't necessarily regret experiencing that. It was good for me. I needed it.
Yeah. What would you say you're most worried about?
Pretty content right now.
Happy Adam.
Adam's normally happy.
Yeah.
Immediately, my thesis defense on Wednesday.
It's pretty important.
I'm not that worried about it. I think I'm in a good spot right now where I know my future is, at least for the time being, is mapped out.
Mm-hmm.
And I've achieved a lot. I don't struggle with anything in the past right now. happy where I am right now, happy to be doing this, happy to be here with the people that I'm with. Like I said, the future, immediate future is figured out. So I think my answer to that would be, I don't know if you're going to ask me what my greatest fear is, but
I don't actually know.
My answer for that is not being able to provide for my family the way that my parents have provided for us. That's what I'm worried about. I think I'm setting myself up to be able to do that.
Yeah.
While also doing something that I enjoy, that I'm passionate about, and that I think I can make a difference in. But until that happens, until I'm actually able to provide the way I want to, that'll be my biggest worry, at least in the back of my head.
Yeah. And I know we've talked about this a lot, and I think to our point earlier about family, it's just, in politics, it's just human nature to try to look out for your family, and especially when you are the caretaker, making sure that who you're taking care of is set up for success. I think that's a pretty good worry, honestly. A lot better than the thesis thing you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill that shit.
Yeah, I'll be there. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. Even if I don't, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you're in grad school.
Yeah.
Unless Mr. Billigan himself comes and doesn't like it.
Yeah. I've not met Mr. Billiken yet, but.
Not Mr. Billigan? What is a Billigan?
I don't know. It's some sort of fantastical creature.
Would you say a fantastical beast?
Maybe Dumbledore knows the Billikens. That's why I'm there.
Oh my goodness, it was all about Harry Potter the entire time. You just wanted to be in the wizarding world. That's why you were in St. Louis and not, Miami of Florida or something cool.
No wizards in Miami, Florida.
But there's not wizards in Miami, Florida? I'm just saying, I've seen some Mad-Eye Moody looking guys down there. What is the hardest thing that's happened to you this past year?
I think relationships are hard. Romantic relationships are hard. And that's been the hardest thing to deal with, but also my relationship with Sophia, has had its ups and downs.
As all relationships do.
Yeah. And I'm really lucky that that's the hardest thing that I've had to deal with, because it's also, one of my favorite things to deal with. So, but there are definitely moments where, whether it's fear or anxiety or frustration or annoyance or jealousy, that those are probably the strongest. I try to avoid labeling emotions as positive or negative, but in the typical sense, those are probably the strongest negative emotions I've experienced. There were points where the grad school and interview process was tough, but I knew it would work out however it was supposed to.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say that. Yeah, there are other moments here and there where if you're a believer in God, you question that plan sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think that's normal. I think that's okay. And it's all part of the learning experience, and I've learned a lot about myself and what I want out of a relationship through some experiences that we've had this year.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy where we are.
Yeah. Well, as I said, it's the struggles that make you who you are. And I think relationships, especially, like having to take care of yourself and someone else and not take care, but, like, having those, essentially, you have someone else, and you have together, and balancing that, everything, and that, I think, comes with its challenges, especially when you throw emotions into it, because everything in a relationship is based on emotions. Except for, I guess, maybe an arranged marriage. But I hope you're not getting into one of those recently.
I'm not interested. No.
I don't know. I know a cute girl I can set you up with. She doesn't know who you are, and she also doesn't like guys named Adam, but if you're ever tired, let me know.
Alright.
What's something that made you laugh really hard recently?
Oh, dude, I laughed when I saw my dogs. It was a happy laugh. I laughed when I laughed about the C.J. McCollum tweet out of the Portland Trailblazers to trade for a guy like C.J. McCollum. Watching the video of Millis on his ripstick, solving the Rubik's Cube, and with Love Sosa playing in the background, made me laugh.
That was a good video.
Alright. Yeah, little things like that every day, and I don't think any roll on the floor, kind of laugh till you cry moments have happened in the past couple of days, but a lot of consistent laughs and smiles, which is good.
Yeah, that is good. Who was your hero?
My dad and my grandpa. They're just who I want to be.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hero is. It's, at least for me in my life, it's a role model. It's someone to look up to. It's someone that has done and continues to do what you want to do, what you want to be, who you want to be. I've talked a lot about how much family matters to me. And that my greatest worry, greatest fear is not being able to provide for that family the way that my dad has, and the way that my grandpa has too. And they're... you can grab it.
I'm trying to be subtle.
Their ability to do that, and the role that they've played in my life as my father and my grandfather, that's what I want. So I want to be able to do that for a son or a daughter, and a grandson or a granddaughter, and for my wife. And because of that, because of the example that they set for me, because of everything that they've done and been for me and my family, that's why they're my hero, because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be.
With that. Yeah, it's the whole thing of doing, for your kids that your parents did, and I think, just emulating the things that your parents did well, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. What would you say is your favorite tradition?
Beer Olympics, are we supposed to? I'm kidding.
I'm not going to lie, I thought that was going to be it.
Growing up, it was the parties that my family threw on 4th of July and on New Year's. Those are my favorite holidays. 4th of July and New Year's Eve were my favorite holidays growing up, because more than Christmas, more than Halloween, more than today being Easter, more than my birthday. That was my favorite, because those are the two most fun days of the year for me. We obviously weren't able to continue that and go to college, and we also got old enough.
And COVID.
Yeah, and COVID and all that stuff. That tradition that I haven't been able to experience in a while, but one that I want to do when I'm older. I'm trying to think if anything else comes to mind. Weirdest tradition is eating artichokes Christmas Eve every year.
What? Is that an Italian thing?
I think so.
Italians are so weird.
We bread, artichokes, and pull the leaves apart, and then eat the leaves, and you suck the breadcrumbs off the leaves, and then you eat the artichoke right at the bottom. But I can only do so many breadcrumbs, so there are people who love it, family members who love it, my sister loves it. My dad and I don't as much.
Yeah, you don't strike me as an artichoke person.
No. The leaves are just breadcrumbs and other stuff, but it's a weird tradition. That's synonymous with my family and holiday, and so when you say tradition, that's what I think of, but my favorite tradition was probably the parties, and I think we're starting a lot of traditions too.
Yeah.
So, hopped on Zoom for my mom's birthday, and hoping we can kind of make that a birthday tradition when we're all in different places, and hoping we'll find ways to do similar stuff like that. We being our friend group. And Beer Olympics is fun. So.
And Beer Olympics, yeah. I will say, I have not been to your July 4th parties, but your New Year's parties are, in fact, incredible. I'm still sad that we haven't been able to turn that. I'm just as sad as you are to not be able to continue that tradition, Hanging out with your parents and their friends and Giorgio and Juju at your house.
Juju.
Freshman, sophomore year. So many memories.
A lot of fun.
Especially freshman year when I was bald.
2019. The year of the Lando.
Yeah, we don't talk about the year of the Lando. Or 2020. Yeah, or 2020, the year of the Lando. Yeah, just any year that had Landon in the title, or Lando, just land. It didn't work.
It's okay.
What's the best thing that's happened to you this past month?
One thing, birthdays are fun, celebrating my birthday this past month, and being able to be with all of you was really, really fun. Birthdays are just a reminder of people that care about you.
Yeah.
When people are there for you, and to get a group of people, the people that I love the most, and talk to them, even just to get texts from people that I care about, and to be able to interact and say hi and hang out and celebrate anything. Didn't matter that it was my birthday, but I love birthdays in general. Celebrating whatever with people are happy. That was a lot of fun. So that made me happy.
Yeah, it's a great answer. Birthdays are weird. I know you and I have talked about this. Of when it's your birthday, it's kind of all eyes on you, but that's why I love celebrating other people's birthdays, because then you get to celebrate the people that you love.
Right.
Yeah. Where do you see yourself going the next 5 years? This is a little different for you because you have a very rigid plan.
Yeah, I will be in probably my last year of grad school. 5 years from now. Could be on internship, which means I could be anywhere. Internship will happen in my 5th year or my 6th year. If it's in my 5th year, I will have applied to do my internship at a bunch of different places, and hopefully I'll be celebrating getting my first choice and participating in that and finishing up my dissertation and my graduate school experience. Yeah, you're right. This is pretty different because I have a 5-6 year track.
Yeah, I think you're professional wise and a little bit of personally wise it is, but personally, I guess, where also do you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
I probably will have explored a lot of St. Louis, and depending on if I'm there in the summers, maybe other places as well. Hopefully I'll have a new group of friends, close friends there, colleagues and friends, and
not as good as us though.
Never. And hopefully I'll be still best friends with all of you.
Best friends is a little bit much, personally.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Landon.
Yeah, you gonna use my first name?
Yes.
Yeah. Never hear that.
I always say your first name.
I've never heard you say my first name. You always call me that guy.
I call you Gaffin.
Yeah, toy master.
Master.
Yeah.
Landon.
Master.
Yeah, personally, I don't know. I'm just hoping to be continuing to learn and grow and be where I am. And it seems like that'll be in St. Louis, but wherever I am, I hope I'm doing a good job of being present.
What's one thing you want to have done by the time we film our next podcast?
When is that going
Don't know.
to be?
Probably not at least for a year, because don't change much from.
Yeah, we're not doing this tomorrow too.
We're not doing this tomorrow, unfortunately. I mean, we could film something, but it's not gonna be a podcast.
Opportunities, possibilities, are endless.
Mm.
One thing that I hope to do before we finish this.
Before we film next, whenever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Just making sure the audience,
Yeah.
they know what we're
Awake.
thinking.
Yeah. I hope that not knowing when we're going to film this, I'm just going to take that as even before I graduate. I hope that before I leave Columbus, before we all kind of move on to the next step, next chapter, I hope that my friends and my family know how thankful I am for them. And I'm still trying to figure out how I want to accomplish that. But that's a goal that's at the front of my mind, especially for the near future as we are finishing up our undergraduate careers.
So that concludes the conversational portion of the podcast.
All right.
Now we've got some, the last segment of Today and Adam Christopher Haig. Just going to be a bunch of rapid fire questions, whatever comes
Ready.
first to your mind.
I'm ready.
If you want to think, also take the time if you need.
Cool.
So what's one song that's been stuck in your head recently?
First Class, Jack Harlow. A new one.
What's your favorite lyric?
Ever?
Just one of them. Just, I guess something you've been feeling recently.
The baby says in bop, I'm a little bit different. They get it. And I'm thinking about an Instagram caption that stuck with me a little bit.
I hate you. You know that, right?
It's okay. It's okay.
What's the best show or movie you've binged or you've seen in the last month?
All Harry Potter movies.
Great answer.
I've not binged a show in a little while,
Yeah.
but that's been the majority of my TV experience. So, and it's always applicable.
Well, what is the best thing you've binged recently?
I think I binged recently.
Yeah.
I've been reading more than watching TV, so if we count the Harry Potter books, can I binge those?
Yeah.
Last TV show I watched is All American, but I'm waiting to finish the books to finish it. So, and
It's based on books? All American?
no, I'm waiting to finish the Harry Potter books.
Oh, okay.
finish All American.
Okay, I was about to say, I had no idea that this show.
Yeah, I don't know how those books would be.
You're getting a little ahead of me on these questions, because, what's the best book you've read recently?
I'm now on. No, I have 100 pages left in Half-Blood Prince. So, almost on the last one. How the hell is?
Of the 6, which one is your favorite?
Best one. I actually really like Half-Blood Prince. I'm surprised about it because it's not my favorite movie, but I have really liked the book so far.
Well, it's my favorite movie, so you have good taste. What's your current or most recent job?
Current job, I am a student coordinator with Mount Leadership Society, finishing up. I will be working at Cincinnati Children's this summer.
Officially?
Yeah.
Congrats. I didn't know that.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, it's what I'm doing last summer.
Yeah. Are you going to be a lead, or are you just... Nah.
I have yet to find out.
Ooh.
Find out first week of training.
All right. Your first coffee ice cream for that quiz on me.
Beautiful. Yeah, man. I'll need it. I need to find some time to study for that.
It's alright. It'll be second nature, especially having all that experience.
Maybe after I graduate, I'll worry about it later.
Yeah. Do you want kids, and if so, how many?
Yes, too. But I think people want what they have.
Yeah.
As long as they like their experience.
Yeah. I feel like everyone's based on usually what they grew up with.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot to eat nearby, whether it be fast food or sit down? Say.
I used to go to Buckeye Donuts, so right there to get a breakfast sandwich. Breakfast sandwiches are my favorite food.
I feel like if I could have meat and cheese, it would be great. I did try the croissant, and I see the appeal. I get it now.
That's enough for me.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you gotta try the gyro.
Well.
I swear to God, if you haven't tried a gyro by the time we film this next podcast, something's wrong with you. It's literally just meat and bread and good or vegetables, but like good vegetables, not like Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
What's something you think is underrated?
Miller Lite. Maybe not underrated, maybe hated, but I think that's just a joke. Not at this point, but
I know
people.
I know you love your Miller Lite.
Do. I think meditation's underrated too.
You and Sophia, 2 peas in a pod. What's your biggest hot take?
Chicken nuggets are better without sauce.
It's not that hot of a take, but I'll take it.
Really? Okay.
What's your favorite quality about yourself?
My thoughtfulness.
What's your favorite outfit?
I like my Playboy shirt, but I don't wear it a lot.
The purple one?
It's hard to wear. You can't wear that shirt a lot.
Yeah. Favorite pants or kicks or anything? Or I know shoes is gonna be tough for you.
My black blazers are. I've enjoyed wearing them recently. Pants. Pants. I don't think pants are the focal point of an outfit. Pants just kind of help with the shirt and the shoes. They help everything mesh.
I love a good pair of pants, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Like my red pants.
I mean, I love pants too, but I don't think pants can be the focal point. I think you can wear a colorful pair of pants, but I think the shoes and the shirt have to be neutral. I still don't think they're the focal point. I think they just kind of connect everything. Because if you have a neutral shirt and shoes, then a neutral pair of pants would just be kind of neutral.
I still think that shoes are they're probably like less important than like most things. Shoes and socks are like probably the least important part of your outfit.
I think socks can be unimportant, but I think shoes are one of the biggest things.
Yeah, maybe it's just not what I pay attention to. So
That's fair.
Could be that. What's your biggest hobby?
Biggest hobby?
Or favorite hobby, I guess.
Playing basketball.
Yeah. You're stuck on a deserted island, but you could take one thing. What are you taking?
Take a book.
A book.
I don't know which book though. I thought about the Bible.
You go to a deserted island and you're taking a book?
What are you bringing?
I don't know, like
Pocket pussy?
No. No, I'm thinking more like one of those things that like transform salt water to like regular water. Maybe that's me being like ingenuitive, but also like I don't know, good an album of some sort or iPod. I'd go a long way.
Can you bring your phone?
Yeah, but you don't have service.
A mirror.
Mirror? Shut up. Fuck you. You're terrible. I hate you.
Final answer. I'm bringing a mirror.
Okay. Who are your best
You
friends?
a yoga mat?
Yeah. I do have some of that.
Cool. What?
Yeah. Who are your best friends?
I thought about this a lot because I could only put 32 people on my message chat.
For that golf? Or for bar golf?
Yeah. And I don't know if I actually could. I probably could have put more people, but I kind of liked limiting myself to that.
Should you use GroupMe?
Fuck that. also had a conversation the day before my birthday at dinner with Sophia about 10 people that I would write a gratitude letter to.
That's cool.
And that forced me to think about the 10 people that mean the most to me right now. And what I decided was it would be you, Hudson, Evan, Cody, Sophia, my sister, my parents, and my grandparents. Were the 10 people that mean the most to me. But the 32 people that I put in that chat were all specifically picked too, and obviously didn't include family.
Yeah.
So if we're just saying friends, that was our house, our 7, plus Patrick, Derek, and Cody. That's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Plus Sophia's house is 16. Plus Ryan's house minus Daniel because he's not here.
R.I.P.
That's 21. Liz, 22. Chris Hummel, 23. Jared, 24. Donnie, 25. Camden, 26. 4 girls on South, 30. Sydney, 31. Chris Sumner, 32. And that was a nice list for me. Those are people I consider my closest friends in Columbus. That were in Columbus on Thursday, on Friday, but
Yeah, for your
But,
birthday. Yeah.
if you take those 32 and put them to the side, and then take the 10 that I told you, and take away 5 family members. That leaves me with 5 people, and take away 1 girlfriend. Leaves me with 4, and that is you, Hudson, Evan, and Cody. And those are the 4 people that I call my best friends.
Oh. Can't believe you said my name first all those times.
There you go.
What is something that you have to do every day? Like the day is not complete until you do this thing or started.
Look in the mirror. Meditate.
Okay, I'm less mad at you now. What's your proudest accomplishment?
Biggest accomplishment is getting into grad school, getting into a clinical psychology PhD program, child developmental clinical psychology PhD program straight out of undergrad. That's my biggest accomplishment.
Yeah. Big dick.
But proudest accomplishment is still that during her senior year of high school, when my sister gave a speech about someone that she looks up to, she gave it to. She gave it about me. And that, that's still something that I remember very fondly. I gave mine about my grandpa, actually, senior year. But she gave hers about me, which I'm very, very proud of.
Eggs run the family. Forgot about that. That's still real nice. Yeah. What's something you want to own?
Where do you get these questions?
I was thinking about. That's funny. I was going to talk about this earlier. I forgot. I was thinking about these questions or what to ask about for so long, for weeks, and there's one day I was just in the shower and just it all just started coming out of me, and as soon as I got out of the shower I just started typing it, and next thing I knew I had 19 good conversational questions and all these end questions. It just flew. Anime.
Cool.
Yeah.
This is a good question.
Yeah. I know for me, for example, to get the juices flowing, you know how much I've talked about a Roomba.
Oh, Roomba.
A Roomba.
Yeah, I think there are different ways to think about it because I think it can be something tangible like that. The first thing that I thought of was my own psychological practice, clinical practice.
Hague practices.
Yeah.
Hague family practices. That'd be cool.
Something that I would like to own.
Mm.
But
Take it however you want.
I'll
like
stick
that.
with that. No.
I like that. What do you think the price of gas will be the next time we film?
Hopefully less than it is now.
Yeah, $4-ish right now is not great.
No.
Shout out Putin for gas prices. Where do you want to visit next? I know you're going to Europe, so you can use
Yes.
that or something else.
I am traveling a decent amount in the next few months. Just got back from Cleveland. I'll be going to Cincinnati May 4th. I'll be going to Cleveland May 9th. I'll be going to, I don't know where my connecting flight is, but eventually to Barcelona to Paris, Paris to Nice, Nice to Venice, Venice to Florence, Florence to Rome, Rome back to Barcelona, Barcelona all the way back somewhere connecting to Cleveland, and then shortly after to Cincinnati for the summer. That's all in the next.
Yeah. And I know you got a full plate ahead of you, but I guess where do you want to go,
I
though?
want to go to London.
Want to go to London?
Yeah,
Good.
that's so I can talk freely in my accent.
Hello, I'm British. Have you had a crumpet today? It's a tea time.
That's the next trip that I want to make. I think, with the exception of going to different places to visit friends. That's like the next destination that I would like to get to. I don't know when that's gonna be. But
What's one piece of advice you have?
one, if you believe in that, trust in God's plan. 2, don't take anything too seriously. 3, find that balance. We've talked about balance a little bit. I think, at least for me, that's where I found happiness, at least in college, and I think that's where I'll continue to find happiness in the near future.
That's a great answer.
Thanks.
Last but not least, top 5.
Motherfucker.
You think I could ask people all these questions without asking the best question of all time?
The best question of all time.
Top 5.
Meditation, exercise, reading, television, and people.
What a holistic top 5.
Self-care. It's my self-care.
Yeah, you get a whole theme going on this episode.
It's my life.
Yeah, just gotta care for yourself.
Exactly.
That's life. No one else is gonna do it.
Exactly. And I think this is self-care, being with people you love and reflecting on past, present, and the future. And I'm happy to have had the opportunity to do this with you.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for your time. Good conversation, good people. Mostly the good person here. But,
Best.
yeah.
Love you.
Love you too. Mastered Memories, signing off.
Peace.
I don't have an ending to this thing yet. I don't know how to say goodbye to
Mastered
people,
Memories.
but
It's
especially
pretty cool.
that's the name of the thing.